Hello, hello, future me and digital me. Mm, just taking my pills real quick. Mm, quick. With the help of Welch's grape juice, 100% grape juice, and actually is 100% grape juice. Actually, I looked at the ingredients list. This is from concentrate, but I don't care. I don't even give a crap if it had sugar or whatever in there. I was just curious. And yeah, actually, it is grape juice. Whatever. Um, so yeah, uh, cool. I think my sunburn basically went away. There might be a little bit of leftover on the fringes, but it's basically gone. 96 degrees outside? Dang. That's biatchin'. Although this is probably the peak for the day because it's 4:45, so it's probably gonna start coming down. But damn, uh, that's hot. Which means it's gonna be because I think it's gonna be sunny, for the next like 4 days, and then maybe cloudy and maybe rain. But oof, scorcher coming up. Oof. All right, something I wanted to talk about. Basically not political. Oh, let me have it. I have an aside unrelated to the topic. I just wanted to mention it. If it, I usually, I usually look like this um, because I'm looking at the picture that the camera is given. The webcam is on the top of the monitor. All right, so if it's like, oh, sometimes I'm looking at you. I try to sometimes like look into the camera, but it's just weird and not comfortable because like I don't know. I just like looking at any face more than I like looking up at the camera because then I have to look up, and not only am I looking up, but I'm just looking at like a black circle too. So that's just fucking weird. So at least when I'm looking there, I'm looking at what I normally look at, which is, oh, it's a video. Oh, what are you saying? That sounds interesting. Even though it is my ugly mug, but still, at least it's a human face. So, yeah, whatever. And I get to look at my fantastic abode, which at the tip of my cigarette is a cooking device known as a microwave. So, there you go. But I guess I can like try to look more at the camera lens. But it's just like I said, that's weird. I mean, I realize it is only like a little bit right there, but it's just weird. So yeah, and like I'm gonna get a standing mic anytime soon. It's just not happening anytime soon, unless people start watching the vids, and then that would still take like, I mean, unless it happens in the next probably something like 5 days, it wouldn't happen for another Well, if it happens in the next 5 or 6 days, it would take until October pretty much. So if it happens after the next 5 days, that would be freaking November when I'd start getting the money, which means after November. So yeah, which means I guess then I'd be staying here. So yay. Instead of taking a trek somewhere else. So that was a long aside. Let me talk about the topic. I just a little while ago watched a video on it was on 60 Minutes Australia. It was about teens getting the Ozempic drugs, the Ozempic class drugs, but basically it was just Ozempic. Delicious. Oh my God, it's too good. That Welch's is sexy. Sexy level good. It was on teens getting Ozempic drugs. And it's just like, eh. I was fat growing up. I was that era fat growing up. People are just fatter nowadays than they were when I was growing up. I don't really remember. I mean, it seems like every 20 years or so, fat has gotten redefined. Because, in the 50s, you were fat if you were like, I mean, like, I don't know how to really say it, but like, you can watch Stand By Me, and like, that scene with the pie eating contests. Like, look at the guy they call fat ass. Like, that guy would be like that guy was like the fattest guy in 5 counties or whatever. And like, yeah, that guy's fat and all, but it's like today he's like not really that fat. He's kind of like normal level fat. And I was fat growing up, and my dad would give me shit like all the time about it. But I was like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 pounds overweight. And my dad would be like, God, you're so fat, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I got a belly. And that was always assumed to be fat. Like, if you have a belly, you are fat. It's like you're supposed to have like zero body fat in the 50s. Like, if you have a little fat, you are fat. It's like, geez, when am I supposed to be skin and bones? Like, look at the people in like movies up to like the 1970s, and it's just like, what are these people? Like, are you eating anything? Are you just eating lettuce all day long? Like, what the fuck is going on with you? So it's just like product of like the fast food generation and like massively everything being processed and all that stuff, and the mom not being home and cooking food for you and giving you a bag lunch to school and all of this stuff. And that's why everyone, pretty much everyone, is fat nowadays. Because, I mean, like, that's basically it. Because there was like, I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to picture in my head the fattest kids in my primary school classes, and like there were no kids that were like balloons. And in middle school, same thing. And in high school is when there started to be some kids that were kind of fat. And it's like, only when I was like 20, 25, did you start to see like on news and stuff where in primary, middle, and high school, like there started to become like fat kids and stuff coming up, and like kids that are living off of like McDonald's level food and junk food from gas stations and all that stuff. Were kids like they're fat their entire life, like fat, and like way fatter than I was growing up. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Because you're not getting the right kind of food from, day one, essentially. And you're not doing what we did in school. So you're not eating right, and you're not doing what we did in school. That is, what we did in school was all of our schools had huge playgrounds. My school had 2 big ass playgrounds. Fields. Where everyone ran around. We had a big ass playground full of play equipment, slides and jungle gyms and all that stuff, and we loved playing on them. And this was before even the Apple II Mac. So our primary school, it's like it didn't have a computer lab even until like my 3rd grade or something like that. So all we did during, we went out for recess and like we ran around. We ran around during recess and we ran around during gym class. And we had a gym teacher that, all right, let's go for a run. And we had a wooded area and we'd run through the woods and we'd run back on the outside of the woods. I mean, we'd run during play, run during gym, do push-ups and shit. Like they knew what they were doing, and they knew why they were doing it too. Kids have a lot of energy. They want to tire us out during gym class so that we wouldn't be all rambunctious when they were like, all right, now we're going to learn how to read. They'd be like, yeah, sure. All right, fine. We'll learn how to read. If I wasn't running, I see what you did there. The problem with those inner city schools is they're like, we're not gonna bulldoze 4 buildings just for a playground. Screw that. I mean, they're black kids anyway, so who gives a shit? upstate with the Montessori schools. You're like, oh, yeah, you only have 2 playgrounds? We have 14. So again, I got something for those kids. Right here, Montessori kids. With your polo and fucking field hockey shit, whatever the fuck. Go suck a dick. Yeah. But they had 2 girls in that 60 Minutes Australia thing, and all teens nowadays, all teens at any time going through high school, especially, but even in middle school, male and female is when you start to feel it. The pressure to kind of look good, look cool, try to start developing your own image and your own individuality. And then you get into high school and basically, in America at least, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world. This was Australia, so I don't know if this is how it works in Australia, but in America, there's the primary schools, and then some, 2 or 3 might feed into the middle schools, and then there's the high schools, and there's a bunch that feed into the high schools, and the high schools are big. So you get into high school and you're like, where are my friends? I know, like, there's one and there's one, and you're all like, who are these people? And you get into like orientation, and it's like, you have to like kind of learn how to make friends again. It's like going to college. Later on, when you go to college, if you're going out of state or something, it's like kind of freaky weird. You're like, what the fuck do I do? I don't know anyone here. So it's just, it's the jungle again, and so you have to be like trying to fake yourself. I'm like, totally cool, and yeah, it's just all fucked up. So there's the pressure of, I gotta look totally pretty and shit. And if you're a guy, you gotta be like, dude, this is my leather jacket. I'm bitching, like, what up? Hey man, you're cool. You want to get with me, and I'll be your wingman, you be my wingman, and blah blah blah. And you got to form cliques again and shit. So I'm getting there. There were the 2 girls that they were talking to. So the pressure to look as good as you can is wow. And big part of that, as always, is I gotta be skinny. I gotta be Barbie level skinny and stuff. And so these girls buy into that, of course. And they're like, I was just, and then Ozempic, and you show and they're showing their TikToks, and they're happy, and they're doing the and all that shit, and I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, oh jeez. They're doing all the fucking whatever Kim Kardashian or whatever the bitches do. whatever the fucking influencer shits do that just make me want to like run through the screen and just fucking titty punch them. Just be like, you fucking lying ass hoes. Go suck a dick. You know, seriously, you slutty whores. Making all the teenage girls just want to be more slutty whores. You're lying to these fucking girls in high school. You're just fucking lying to them. You know, what you should really be telling them to do is open up a book. Open up a book and go talk to the guy that's opening up a book instead of the one that's throwing footballs and pumping iron. Because the guy that's throwing footballs and pumping iron, that one's fucking useless. He is a piece of shit now, and he's gonna be a piece of shit in 5 years. For the most part. Some of them, you know, the 5-10% of them, they'll be all right. But for the most part, the other section, the guys with books, the guys in the art class, those are the ones that might have something to offer. You need to go with the other people, the other crews of guys. Those are ones that have something to fucking, you know, that are the lifelong achievers. The fucking ones that look cool, oh man, just walk right past. They got nothing. They have fucking nothing to offer. You gotta jump right over those dicks and just right past them. If we were in the 1400s, those are the dicks that you need to get on. We aren't in the 1400s anymore, so you go right past those motherfuckers. And these girls are just whining and bitching. And you know what? These two girls they happen to be talking to, their faces were very good looking. And honestly, I gotta tell you girls, the face is the only thing that really matters. All you got. You got a good face. That's it, really. I mean, you know, unless you're 400 pounds, and these girls were not 400 pounds, they were a little overweight. I saw the before and after pictures. You weren't that fat, really. Your bodies were, yeah, you were a little fat. Otherwise, there's nothing to worry about, really. Really, it wasn't. Over the next 4, 5, 6 years, you would have grown a little bit more into it and you would have been fine. But, you know, just push through the high school years. You know, get into some other stuff. Do your schoolwork. Fucking take some band classes. You know, intern somewhere. Do some other shit. Fuck the other people. And fuck the influencers. And just fuck everybody. You know, if some of the popular good-looking girls give you some looks, you just do this and walk on by. That's all you gotta do. You're just like, hey, bitch, I think your titty's showing. Yeah, you gotta pump it up. Oh, no, I was wrong. Sorry. When she looks, just be like, oh, yeah, it wasn't. Made you look, bitch. You bitch, you cunt, bitch. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, whatever. And you fucking keep going. That's what you get for looking down, stupid whore. And you fucking keep walking by. And when the principal says, you were bullying her, you say, I never touched her. You called her a bitchy whore. And be like, I never touched her, and anything other than that, Fifth Amendment. And Fifth Amendment and fake news, and if it worked for the president, fake news, so fuck off. And there you go. That's it. Once you get out of high school, body will even out pretty much. Stick away from all that fast food and junk food for the most part. You can treat yourself every once in a while, and stay up with your shit. Even though in the next few years, AI tech bros will pretty much make all that information totally useless, and it was made useless for even me. So it is going to be useless one way or another. But the act of studying, the act of just being in class and learning and listening to the teachers, developing decent habits in and of itself will be all right, even though, getting up at the time they make you get up is another issue altogether that needs to be fixed. I tell you, high school should start at like 9:30. I don't know why society has not fixed that. That is just a horrible thing that they make that start at like 7 o'clock. The teenage body does not want to get up at 6:30 so that they can start school at 7 o'clock. It does not want to do that. That's one thing I remember for damn sure. My body did not want to get up at 6:30. It wanted to go to bed right around midnight and wake up at 9 o'clock. That's what my body wanted to do. And so I was tired as shit for the first like 3-4 hours of high school. Every single day. And that's something policymakers don't fucking seem to understand, and they don't want to hear it. But that's another issue altogether. But yeah, they didn't pick two girls that were both fat and had, and I'm gonna be blunt here, fucking horrible, ugly faces. So it's like those girls, I would have been like, all right, you're ugly as hell in the way that actually matters. So like, maybe, all right, getting skinny, that would probably help you in life, because a guy would be like, damn, well, all right, we can work with this. It's like, if you got a fucked up face but your body is hot, then one, at least you can get laid, and then like an asshole guy would be like, we'll definitely give you the chance to make up the rest of the whole body with personality. And so if then you can like sharpen up the other characteristics that make up your personality, but that's what I'm talking about. Like the face is the thing that the other person is going to have to be looking at for the rest of their life. So, I mean, you don't be like, what up, honey? Your feet are fantastic. Unless you're marrying, let's be honest, weirdo. You wake up and you look at someone's face every day. And if you have to wake up and go, ugh, every day, yeah, you're not finding someone ever. So, not without some sort of, work done there. And then you need to find someone that is good at what they do. So don't get in such a bind about your body. And parents, find some way to hit that fact home because your kid will always be like, you don't know what it's like. I'm a piece of garbage. Janessa is so beautiful. But baby, the dad thing, baby, you will always be a beautiful princess to me. Like, your kid will always think that kind of thing is such a dismissal of them. So you have to just be like, look, yes, you're gonna think you are fat, and you're gonna think you are nothing compared to them because their body right now is great. But that person is probably going to grow up to be a piece of shit, and you're going to grow up to be a fantastic person. So in the long run, they are going to have a shitty life, and you are going to have a great life. So just hang back, chill, and know that you're going to win and play the long game. Just have patience. Just chill out. Because, how old are you now? 16? Which means you've technically been alive for 16 years. But, I mean, when did you really become actually aware? At 6 to 8 years old. So basically you only have maybe 8, 9, 10 years of awareness. So you got 10 years under your belt at most. Just chill out. You're gonna have 50 more years to get the world together. And people are like, these are the golden years of your life. That's bullshit. All right. People say that shit because they expect you to be working for the rest of your life. Well, you know what? So just choose that, you're not going to be working for the rest of your life. Change your life's expectations. And you know what? I just don't want to fucking work for the next 50 years of my life. Especially, I don't want to work at a shitty ass fucking job for the rest of my life. Why does everybody why does everyone expect everyone to be working for 50 years anyways? I gotta get a job and blah and blah and blah, and I gotta work 40 hours a week or more, spread out between 5 or more days at working for you don't. You're not obligated to do that. You just aren't. You have no obligations to anyone for anything in your life, ever. At all. I mean, you're not even obligated to be a good person. Really. You just aren't. I mean, most of the richest people in the world are terrible people. Absolutely terrible people. So there you are. So just decide what you want to do with the rest of your life and do it. Choose your own destiny and live it, and you'll be fine. And if other people want to get on your ass for being fat, then you know what else you can do to those skinny girls who are making fun of you or looking down on you for being fat. I am really okay with you punching them to the floor and just sitting on them and just punching them. Well, I mean, what are they going to do to you? Really? Give you detention, maybe expel you? Who cares? They expelled me. You were bullying her. She made fun of me. What the fuck? Preferably do it in front of her friends of pretty ass bitches and in front of other fat girls that she was making fun of. Now you just made a statement for the entire school. Even if you get expelled, and that's getting photographed, that's getting videoed. So you made a statement not for the school, not just for the school, but for who knows. I mean, this is for fat bitches all over the world. Dirty whore. So, I mean, it's called empowerment. I am by no means encouraging bullying. YouTube. There's my little disclaimer. Right? So that everybody can understand, I'm not encouraging bullying. What I am encouraging is for people who are assholes to get their comeuppance. If you're an asshole in the world, you need to face the accountability of your assholeness. Like some people who have too much spray tan and have too much gold in certain rooms. They need to have some comeuppance. Is what they need to have. I'm not pointing out anyone in particular. I'm just saying those people that like to do that, they need to have somebody bitch slap the shit out of them. Just random people coming out of the background and just bitch slapping them and being like, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and that bitch slap was for the world. I mean, me. Because you dumb. Anyways, there you go. Girls, you look just fine. You look better than just fine. You look great. And when you get older, you'll find someone. Trust me, you will find someone. You will find someone that will be like, damn, you're awesome. If you start looking in the mirror and say, you know what? Fuck everyone. Just start being a little bit more confident in yourself. And if your mom or dad, uh, is not, is just being like, you kind of should lose weight or something. That's just, if you're a guy, it's usually your dad, and if you're a mom, if you're a girl, it's usually your mom. But whoever it is telling you you're too fat, then, just whatever. Your parents should always be supportive. Sometimes they just ain't. Mm-hmm. All right, this I don't know how the fuck this got to 40 minutes. It was not supposed to be 40 minutes. Somehow it just got to 40 minutes. A lot of tangents in there. Yeah. All right, but whatever. 40 minutes, I guess. So, sure. All right, everybody and your mama. LA protests. What the hell was it called? The thing that happened on Saturday. Stop the Trump takeover protest. I forget what it was called. It was something like Stop the Trump Takeover protest. I forget the name of it, but everybody in that, good job. And I'm really hoping that the Democratic Party gets its ass together. Otherwise, I'm hoping for more independence, especially where I am, where I end up. More independents that are like fuck rich people, tax rich. Again, tax rich people. That's the only fight worth fighting until rich people are taxed enough. Boobs out.